These are the continuing adventures of Lincolnshire lorry mechanic, Guy Martin.
We always like an adventure, don't we? We always like an adventure.
This is so exciting!
We want something a bit oddball, don't we?
He's dedicated his life to exploring the thrill of speed in all its forms, preferably when it's out of his comfort zone.
We're just going to try something that I'm not right used to, so we're going to... aeronautics, that's where we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to start in one country, finish in another. We're going to cross the English Channel in a pedal-powered airship. That's the challenge.
Guy will team up with one of the brightest minds in aviation.
Hello. Bonjour, monsieur.
A man who has previously attempted to cross the Channel, but needs a fitter cyclist for a chance of success. Guy must master the art of flying an airship using nothing but his own muscle power.
Go!
He'll have to train for an emergency with the military elite.
One under!
And he'll have to face the perils of unpredictable weather.
Stop pedaling! Stop, stop, stop!
This is definitely not going to be straightforward. I'm just not much of a pilot. Full stop, really.
This way!
Be right. Be right. We can get around that.
"50 metres high and 250 metres long, Cardington Hangars in Bedfordshire were the home of British airship construction in the early 20th century. Some of the biggest aircraft ever built came out of these doors. Now it's the base for what Guy hopes will be another record-breaking airship project.
We've come to meet a mad Frenchman that knows a bit about flying a homemade airship across the English Channel. Yeah, sounds crackers, doesn't it? It does when you say it out loud. Anyway, the mad Frenchman's in here. We're going to go meet him. Jesus Christ. Look at the size of it. Massive. You all right, mate?
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine.
Hey, Stefan.
Yes.
I'm Guy. Pleased
Hello.
to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. So you know what you're doing with this, then?
Hmm?
You know what you're doing with this?
I hope so.
Are you going to show me what to do?
Yes.
Right. You a mad Frenchman?
Not mad, but Frenchman, yes.
Of the 40 helium airships currently operating, this is the only one that's pedal-powered.
Is that the same zip as what you would have in a wetsuit?
No.
Guy has 3 months to master flying it, and his training starts today.
Can I give you a hand? Can we get building it?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
Filling the balloon requires 190,000 litres of helium, costing £25,000.
That's why we are touching.
The gas isn't flammable, but because it's stored at high pressure, in a rack of cylinders weighing 2 tons, it's still highly dangerous.
It's a real bomb. If this goes, it goes through the wall.
Nobody has ever crossed the Channel on a human-powered airship before.
We always like doing something a little different.
And with no balloon pilot's licence, Guy will have to rely totally on Stefan's expert instructions.
Slowly, you go up to 10 bars, slowly.
It's starting to move.
You can ask all the questions you want.
Yes.
There's no stupid question in aeronautics.
Right.
Because if you say, oh, why is this rope is not attached, it's probably because there is a reason, or
Yes.
it's probably because I forget.
There is
the
no
reason.
stupid question in
So
aeronautics.
there's no
right.
stupid question. Okay?
Right. Do you drink tea?
Yes, I've already drink one.
Ah,
I'm
see,
fine
I
with it.
Frenchman drink. I thought all Frenchmen drink coffee. We'll get on. We always drink. All of us. We all drink lots of tea.
Although Stefan can fly the airship himself, he's not fit enough to tackle a Channel crossing. Desperate for his creation to work, he sees Guy as his new engine. So who is Stefan Rousson? Born and bred in Nice, in the south of France, this 47-year-old engineer is a serial inventor. As well as an airship, he's also built a homemade submarine, which he plays with in the Mediterranean.
I'm a bit like a, let's say, original person, or not common in what I'm doing. It's incredible how many jobs I've been doing. I've been a technical consultant for a big military project in France. And 1 year after, I've been doing kitchen work. So this is the job I like, to try to create flying machine. There's kind of a poetry in what we are doing. For sure there's technology inside, but we present it more in something like in the beauty things.
It's a bit rude, doesn't it? It does look like a Todger end or something, doesn't it? A tallywhacker. Just a bit bigger, a lot bigger, a lot bigger.
At 20 metres long, the balloon is big enough to fit a large coach inside. It contains enough helium to lift 200 kilograms.
Bloody hell.
But even a slight increase in temperature can make the gas in the balloon expand to dangerous levels and sound an alarm.
Outside, with the heat of the sun, in less than 30 seconds, we are on the limits of the fabric, and then the fabric can explode.
That's incredible.
Look, we didn't do anything. We didn't add any gas.
It's the heat coming off you, boy.
Yeah.
Hey?
So if you hear the beep, you have this here. It's a valve, and another one here.
With the excess pressure released, the gondola can be fitted. It's the frame where Guy will sit and pedal and is attached with simple knots.
I don't want to be dropping off, do I? I'll be getting wet.
No worries. Okay.
Okay.
Attached to that are two lightweight carbon fibre propellers.
They're only 300 grams apiece. Okay.
Yeah.
Careful, 4,000 euros.
The final stage is to find out how heavy Guy is.
And what maths are you doing there, then?
I'm going to calculate the lift we have.
The weight of the balloon cloth, gondola, propellers and pilot is a downward force. The helium creates an opposite force called lift. If the weight is greater than the lift, the airship is too heavy and Guy will never leave the ground. If the weight is less than the lift, the airship is too light and Guy will float away.
What's happening?
I'm flying.
So this is 10.
A selection of weights are needed to make the upward force exactly equal the downward force.
Now you're heavy, you're still on the floor. So we're going to adjust with
How much is that?
200 grams. You stay on the floor.
It takes trial and error to zero in on the precise amount of ballast required.
If I go up to 500 grams, you lift.
Yeah, so it's more than 200, but less than 500. Have you got anything in between?
300.
300 grams is just right. Now pilot and airship are neither heavy nor light. They are weightless.
Look down. It's not going up.
Yes.
You're not touching the ground. You see?
This is, yeah, brilliant. I'm here.
Everything is ready for Guy to try and fly his airship for the first time.
Come and have a look, Stefan. Come and have a look, lad.
Guy Martin is hoping to become the first ever person to cross the English Channel on a human-powered airship.
I'm gonna fly. What could possibly go wrong?
French inventor Stéphane Rousson is the mastermind behind Guy's effort. They are preparing for the very first test flight.
Stefan, what are you doing, mate?
Just for safety reason, in accordance with France and UK CAA, I'm allowed to teach you on a tethered flight.
On a what flight?
Tethered?
Tethered.
Yeah, tethered.
Tethered.
Tethered flight.
Tethered.
So it means there will be a rope between you and me.
Right.
The
Like a
time-
dog on a lead.
Yes, exactly.
The airship is the size of a large bus and filled with lighter-than-air helium. Controlling it will take all of Guy's skill.
So I have now got to create lift.
On this aircraft, creating lift really is as easy as riding a bike.
So you start pedaling. and you keep your hand like this. You don't move. No, don't quick. Don't go quick. Slow down, you don't speed too much.
Yes, yeah. It's quite a bit of delay.
Yeah, then you have to find your speed that keep you at the same altitude. You feel fine?
Yeah, okay.
So now you can go up a bit more.
Pedalling faster increases the propeller revs and creates more downward thrust. Now Guy must interpret his altimeter.
I don't know if you can see my brain working from there. We're at 6 metres. What's it look like? A bit strange?
You try to keep this altitude.
Once Stefan is confident Guy can pedal just enough to maintain a height without climbing, he introduces steering.
So now if we want to go a bit left, then you put the right propeller a bit in the front. Yeah.
Okay.
And this one a bit back. You see how much you can adjust things?
Yes. Yeah, it's just getting the knack.
Like 10 degrees maximum.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
Very slowly, both, like 10 degrees, yeah, maximum. Both, little bit, not more.
When Guy nudges the propellers towards the vertical, the airship moves forwards.
We're at 8 metres there, he's saying. 8 metres. It's the strangest thing. It's easy to pedal. Easy to pedal. Having to think about what levers to turn.
It's like my brain is probably working twice on yours. It's working for me and it's working for you.
Do you want me to turn round?
You're the pilot. Your turn is perfect. You can go backwards with this machine. It's the only plane that can go backwards. To see if you're a good pilot. It's good. Perfect.
What's your edge, boy?
We will stop and relax a bit.
I don't take a lot of confusion. Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
To be honest, it doesn't feel any different to riding a push bike. Except you look down and you think, oh yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. I feel very confident for the flights coming.
Thank you. That was the maiden voyage. She took my virginity.
This historic moment is the latest chapter in the Cardington hangar's proud history of producing lighter-than-air flying machines. Something that began 101 years ago. The hangar was originally built in 1915 and was where hot air balloons were made for clients like Mr. Rolls of Rolls-Royce fame, so he could take part in the fashionable Gordon Bennett races in America. Cardington then switched from making rich man's playthings to luxury alternatives to aeroplanes.
The planes was just a bit rickety and a bit noisy and a bit windy. It wasn't a nice way to travel about the world. You know, as people wanted to do, the posh folk of this country wanted to, travel in style. And then the airship was the way to do it, really.
Airships were likened to flying hotels, with silk wallpaper and enormous dining rooms. German firm Zeppelin set the standard, but Britain thought it could make something better at Cardington.
That's what they built here, the R101. The biggest aircraft ever to come out of this country, ever. What it was originally built for was to travel to India and back.
The journey to India was scheduled to last a week.
We play cards and other games, but our 80 miles an hour gait soon brings us to the end of a perfect day, during which we have covered over 1,500 miles.
It's a great idea, isn't it? Great idea. You know, you get your serviette tucked in, 3-course meal, all that poshness.
But in 1930, the maiden voyage ended in disaster.
She got as far as France, got into a bit of a storm, bit of a rip on it, came down, and then hydrogen bags, not helium, hydrogen, had been chafing on the metalwork. Little spark, kaboom. 48 of the 54 passengers died.
7 years later, the Hindenburg disaster claimed another 36 lives as the hydrogen-filled balloon caught fire at the end of its journey from Frankfurt to New Jersey. Non-flammable helium was too expensive an alternative and had less lifting power than hydrogen, so luxury airship travel was over. But Cardington lived on.
Yeah, so come the Second World War, they used this place then for building barrage balloons and train the crews on how to deploy barrage balloons. It's interesting.
Barrage balloons were the aerial blockade used as a defence against German bombers, forcing the enemy planes to fly higher and into the range of anti-aircraft guns. But in more recent times, the enormous space of Cardington has been used for a completely different purpose.
It's used for U2 concert rehearsals. So The Edge and Bono have been here. Rihanna, she's a singer. She does her music videos here. Batman was filmed here. What? I'm nothing against Bono and Batman, nothing. But there's not a lot happens at Cardington nowadays with airships, so I'm using it really for what it was originally designed for. What's French for get cracking?
Cracking?
Yeah, vamoose.
It's time for the next stage of Guy's flight training. He's on a steep learning curve. This is only lesson number 2, but Stefan wants him to fly twice as high as he did previously. They add a rudder to help keep the airship straight.
It's okay for you?
Perfect. Yeah, you said that's perfect, wouldn't it?
Okay.
It's a little bit to the left, isn't it?
You can lift up.
Oh, sorry.
Guy is strapped on to stop him falling off.
I'm going nowhere, boss.
It's quite very strong.
Very strong. Thank you.
Okay.
Once secure, Guy's pushed up and away.
Oh, she's going now, isn't she?
Stefan has sent Guy to the height of 6 double-decker buses.
Which altitude do you have written on your altimeter?
22 metres.
So how do you go down?
Let the gas out.
Less helium in the balloon means less lift.
A little bit more gas.
Without any instructions, Guy releases just the right amount of gas, proving he can instinctively control the airship's altitude.
If you want to stop, what do you have to do?
And it gets rid of some more water.
Removing ballast slows the airship's descent.
Sorry, mate.
Stefan is impressed with how quickly Guy has picked things up.
Perfect. Nothing to say.
I love this sort of thing. It's bloody brilliant. It's bloody brilliant.
Guy will need to remember these techniques when he's making his record attempt. He may have to climb to avoid a ship or compensate for losing ballast through natural causes.
If I needed a wee when I was pedalling across the
What's
channel...
happening?
Yeah, so I would then... you'd pee and then lose a little gas. Is that... Yeah.
The thing is, on my 8 hour, you're sweating that much that you won't pee.
Yes. We don't need to talk about poos.
You start slowly, always start slowly.
There's just one problem. Guy finds flying mentally taxing.
Not a squeak out of me, not a squeak. I'm just busy. My brain hasn't got time to calculate everything that needs doing with the controls and talk. No, hasn't got time to do that. Hasn't got the processing capability to be able to do that.
Moving the propellers around to maneuver the unwieldy balloon and working in 3 dimensions requires huge concentration.
Let your brain work with your hand. Don't look at your propeller. Try just to look where you want to go.
Going right.
Balancing lift and steering needs to become second nature.
Descending turn to the left.
Otherwise, the potential 8-hour crossing will be mentally exhausting.
Be careful, you're quite close to the door.
And if it all goes horribly wrong, you can just put them both backwards and go reverse.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
But then you can only put them in reverse if you've got enough altitude to keep the prop off the ground. It's just a juggling match.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
The maneuver which requires the highest skill level is a pinpoint accurate landing.
Okay, what we can try, because you're quite good.
Go on.
I put the bottle here,
Yes.
and you have to hit the flag.
Okay.
Slowly. There we go. Perfect. Exactly.
Thank you.
Good job. Really good job.
Thank you.
Stefan allows Guy to sign his beloved balloon.
Spot on. I'm honoured.
So now we're going to deflate on the back.
Even after this introductory training, the channel crossing looks entirely possible.
Keys, okay. It's just a question of the weather, that's all.
But Guy isn't getting carried away.
This is all right, me doing this, me landing on the bottle, can turn this way, can turn that way. That's all right. In a hangar, where everything's a constant, we've got no gusts, no thermals. But when we get out there, we have a lot of things to worry about. Waves, winds, ships. And then like you boys are all thinking, we're going to go to Dover and we're just going to pedal on down to Cali. No, because if it was easy, Stefan knows what he's doing and he's attempted it a good few times. He's not made it. He's not made it for a good reason. So let's not start counting chickens before the fat lady's flown.
Stefan no longer feels fit enough to try a crossing, but at his workshop in Nice, there's a constant reminder of his previous heroic attempts. For Stefan, a man obsessed with efficiency, crossing the channel would be the ultimate proof that humans only require minimal power to move. He first tried in 2008, but nothing went according to plan.
First of all, I was really tired. Just the night before, the French Navy just discovered that I was going to cross the channel and said, no, you're not allowed to do it. And so instead of going to sleep, I've been working with all the authorities up to 11 o'clock just to say, yes, I'm allowed to do it, just I've got all the paper and everything. So at 1 o'clock when I was ready to wake up, I've just have 2 hours of sleep. Didn't get to the loo, so I was my stomach like this, and so everything went wrong.
Physically and mentally drained, Stefan was simply unable to steer or pedal efficiently. After 10 years of planning, he never even left the shoreline.
Ça fait chier, mais c'est comme ça. Non, viendra. I am an emotional person sometimes, so yes.
Undeterred, Stefan tried again 3 months later and seemed to be well on the way to being the first person to successfully cross the channel in a pedal-powered airship. But a heavy rope was trailing in the water, slowing his progress to just 2 miles per hour.
After 8 hours, I've been doing well, and I did have a perfect window weather for 8 hours. But after 8 hours, weather has changed. Wind started to rise a lot.
Just a few miles from the coast, Stefan had hit an impassable front of wind. Exhausted, he was forced to abort the attempt and deflate over the sea.
Emotionally, it was hard. It was hard because I have a small team, I don't have that much money. So I was much more disappointing for the others than for me. And I'm too tired. So when you're tired, if something goes wrong after, that's the time you have accident and stuff like that. So the best way was to stop, to take the decision to stop and to say, okay, better to have the courage to fail than being too scared to try it. Yeah.
Ditching in the channel could have gone much worse for Stefan. And it's a crash landing scenario, which Guy is going to have to prepare for next. The British military are about to take his airship training to the extreme. Guy Martin's preparations to become the first person to cross the English Channel on a pedal-powered airship have started perfectly.
We'll be racing P&O there.
What is your altitude?
What is my what?
Altitude.
He's working closely with experienced pilot Stefan Rousson.
I think he's find of the year. We're only in February, but he's the find of the year.
After the successful first training session, Stefan returns to his workshops in the south of France. While working on one of his other projects, a vintage wooden boat, his thoughts turn to the vast amount of safety planning needed for a channel crossing.
If something happens, do we have a solution for that? If wind is going this way, what's going to happen? If you hit a boat, what's going to happen? If Guy decided to jump and have a swing with the dolphin, what's going to happen? It's a lot of responsibility because it's not a usual flight. We are on a record attempt, and do we trust each other? This is important. If we don't trust each other, it's not possible. What I expect about Guy is to go on a training, on a real military training, in case something happened with the airship over the water. In 2008, I went into a similar training with the French army, and it's really, really stressful, but very important in a safety way.
Guy's preparations are about to get very serious. The safety training will take place in Cornwall at Royal Navy Air Station Culdrose, known as HMS Seahawk. It's here that the military's elite pilots are trained in how to deal with emergencies at sea. This is survival, evasion, resistance and escape school, normally reserved for operators who work behind enemy lines. Today, they have their first civilian student.
I set off last night. Only got here at 5:30 this morning. It's the end of the earth. We're only 15 miles to Bloody Land's End. And well, I'm going to get wet. I'm not bothered about that. But I don't think I'm going to drown. It'd be a problem if we did. We're not going to drown. We're not going to drown, but I'm going to get put through my paces.
Survival instructor Sergeant Russ Northwood is in charge of Guy's training. He starts by demonstrating the helicopter abandonment drill.
Legs together. Certainly don't want them open because the water pressure might give you a little tap underneath. Stand by. Go.
This is what Guy will have to do if he needs to jump clear of his airship.
Turn around, make sure you are clear. Hand across the jacket and inflate your life jacket. Okay. From that position, you are just going to wait for your recovery.
Guy's turn.
I'm going to take my shoes off. I've only got one set of shoes.
Having to do this over the channel, even in early summer weather, comes with one major danger.
Stand by. Go.
Cold shock.
The temperature that he's going to be entering the water in probably average around about 12 degrees. The skin is going to rapidly cool, and that will then cause massive changes to his heart rate. It's going to increase, and so is his blood pressure. He's now going to start cooling his nerves and his muscles, and what will happen is he won't be able to sustain himself without a life jacket. Perfect. If he just wanted to hold his breath in normal air temperature, he would be able to do that for a minute. In cold water and with cold shock, we'll be looking at 1 to 2 seconds that he'll be able to hold his breath. That's where drowning could possibly happen.
Water cools the body 20 times faster than air, so the key is to be as still as possible and maintain the fetal position.
The common misconception is that if you're cold in water, that you just keep moving.
I would say that.
No, because all that's going to happen is your heart is going to pump out warm blood into your arms, and then what will happen is it would rapidly cool and go back into your core and cool you down.
I didn't know that. I would have said swim like Bulgari.
No.
We're learning. Don't flail about. You know, you can feel the heat from your body getting transmitted into the water a lot quicker. So if you're keeping tucked in, you're less surface area. They're comfy like this. Right, what's the next plan?
The next exercise is designed to show Guy how to find a valuable breath of oxygen if he's trapped underwater.
Your airship's going to be non-porous, and that's why we've gone for this this biggest life raft that we've got. This is a non-porous material, so you're never going to be able to breathe through it. So you've got to make sure that by just learning that all you've got to do is to push it off your face, circulate your own breath, it will give you that moment of clarity to then continue your drill.
Guy will have to swim under the raft and prove he can find an air cavity. He won't be allowed to use goggles, but remains undaunted.
I'll be getting into this, I quite like
it. So when you're happy,
One under.
Your eyes and the rest of your head might be covered in or submerged in water. But your mouth, you can get into an air pocket, so you just got to have the confidence that when you breathe for some air that you're not going to fill it with water.
One out.
you right? A bit different when you take your sight away, isn't it? Yeah. A little bit different.
This, not on.
So when you're ready, what we're going to do now is you're just going to go into the middle. You right?
Yes, Mark. Got full of water. Yeah, go on, mate.
The training intensifies.
One under.
Using the same drills that pilots rely on to escape from underneath a parachute,
Feel for that paracord.
Guy is able to simulate being smothered by his balloon's material.
I think he's brave. Yeah, showed no fear at all.
Doing that in the North Sea. Yeah. It's going to be a bit different.
Stand by. Go.
Next, the team put Guy's strength to the test, in case he has to free himself from any wreckage after a crash landing.
Swing your leg up onto the board and wrap it.
This is the life raft righting drill, where a 150 kilogram dinghy must be turned the right way round.
One under. One out.
Happy? Normal standard practice would be, for writing that life raft, that 26-man life raft, would be 2 people.
Right.
So the fact that you've done it on your own shows that you've committed to the training.
There's just the hardest drill left. What to do if the balloon is caught by the wind after a crash landing.
I think the worst case scenario would be harness still attached and being dragged. So our fast jet drag would be the worst situation for Guy to be in.
Going in backwards.
Feet touch the water. Now.
This simulates Guy and his airship being dragged through the water by a strong wind.
That's it. Once you're happy, reach for your QRF. Quarter turn left.
Guy can't release himself from the harness to escape.
And the water comes round your head and then tries to block your airways.
Hands on top and pinch up.
Yeah, I messed that up a bit.
Okay, stop there. Let's go again. Let's go again. Let's go.
Sorry, that's why we do it.
Guy tries again.
Feet touch the water. Now.
This time he successfully frees himself.
That's it, and then just into your position. Nice and relaxed. That's it.
Okay.
Happy?
Guy's training is over, and he's passed with flying colours.
Underwater, there was no confidence issues at all. No.
You're happy enough then?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just practice with that harness.
Right.
Understand the harness you've got, look at your connectors, and
Yeah,
just
we need to
know
look
it,
at
know
that.
it
We do need to
inside
look
out.
at that. The harness release, yeah, that could be a problem. It'd be nice to have some pull cord rather than me cutting my way out of the harness. That could get a little bit messy.
Over in France, Stefan immediately comes up with a simple, quick-release mechanism for Guy's flying harness.
You just have to release the system, so it's quite quick.
The team also decide that to keep Guy comfortable, they'll need a new gondola made to his measurements. There's only one man for the job. Jason Rourke builds bespoke bicycles. He made the bike that Guy rode to become Britain's fastest cyclist. Jason has spent a week at his workshop on the edge of the Peak District, trying to turn Stefan's prototype measurements into a frame that fits Guy perfectly.
It's been tough. We've never done nothing like this before. Whenever you actually are the last one responsible, then it does worry slightly when you're doing something a bit mad.
This is worrying, this is.
The most critical thing I was worried about is making sure it's straight, so that, you know, it doesn't fly around in circles or... The other thing what I was really worried about is the stress on the frame, because the arms are so wide.
In order to strengthen the frame, Jason will use Reynolds 631, special steel tubing made in Birmingham, normally reserved for top-level racing cars.
Every weld on a bike has got to be absolutely spot on. If something did go wrong or something did break, you know, what are the consequences? Falling into the channel is not great, so hopefully we'll attempt to do strong welds.
Guy was scheduled to visit Jason today, but instead is catching up with work at his lorry yard after a recent 700-mile bicycle ride. Jason calls him with an update.
Hello?
Hey, guys, Jace.
Now, how's it going?
Very good. Where are you?
Not at work.
Well, I was hoping I got me a helper here today.
I know, I'm sorry, boy. You won't think you can fall asleep on a bush bike. Yesterday.
You could.
And I crashed twice because I fell asleep while riding. Pedaling away, I would never have believed it.
I wouldn't, but as it's you, I probably would, yeah.
The team would like to use the new gondola for Guy's next flight, so Jason wanted to test it first.
Guess how we've lifted this up in the air?
Go on.
With JCB farm handler. From the local farmer's been down with his farm handler, so we've had it in the air. So, it's surprisingly stable. It's surprisingly stable. I was quite impressed. So, result.
Are you meant to do that across the channel?
No, that's why we employ an idiot dude. All right, and guy, I'll see you at the test.
Stop, man.
See you, mate. Drop.
See you, mate.
Drop,
See
mate.
you, mate.
Drop. Guy's got some bloody waffle.
The new gondola's first outing will be for Guy's most nerve-wracking flight yet.
Follow me.
Before being allowed to make his record-breaking attempt, he has to convince the Civil Aviation Authority that he's an expert pilot.
Stop pedaling, stop.
Sorry. It's happening.
Today is a big day.
It's happening.
It's Guy's airship proficiency test.
All right, mate.
Hello.
Bonjour, monsieur. Now, mate.
How are you?
Okay, how's it going?
The hangars at Filton near Bristol were the home of another Anglo-French aviation collaboration. The supersonic jet Concorde was made here.
They say there's 7 built here and 7 built in France.
Okay. Entente cordiale, yeah.
What's that mean?
Entente cordiale, it means that everybody is working on the same way and...
I thought that was a drink. Anglo-French British relations. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Today, Guy will be expected to perform a number of manoeuvres while being observed by the Civil Aviation Authority's senior balloon and airship examiner, Kevin Meehan.
Oh, you need the high vis on, don't you? A man with a high vis and a clipboard, you out messing. No.
But before any testing can happen, they first need to fine-tune the new gondola.
Seat needs to be a little bit lower.
Okay.
I'd reckon maybe about
Jason, please.
13 or 14 mil, maybe.
Jason Rourke adjusts the saddle to suit Guy's unique tastes.
Tip it down a slight bit more.
That was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying I have my seat at a stupid angle. It's always nose down. Ass up, nose down. So I've taken their advice into consideration and I've rode with a flat seat and I just don't like it. It's me bloody... me nuts. It's me nuts don't like it. Me nuts don't like it.
But there isn't one pro on the Tour de France ever rides with the nose down on the saddle.
It's not correct, but it works for me.
Okay, we'll see. Go.
Thank you.
There's one last finishing touch. A toy version of Guy's dog Nigel.
Good luck, Chad, yeah. Nigel the dog.
Guy will need all the luck he can get. The attempt to cross the channel is scheduled for 1 month's time. If anything goes wrong today, he won't be allowed to continue.
Two main things I'm looking at is Guy in control of the airship at all times. And the second one is safety ever compromised.
Stefan begins with a thorough briefing about 2 new additions to the safety kit. There's a signalling mirror to attract attention in case of ditching in the sea.
You see that?
And sunglasses to reduce the effects of glare.
Sunglasses are very important because the sun reflects on the seas, the sun reflects on here, so you've got plenty of light over your head.
Right. I'm not a sunglasses wearer, but yeah, needs must. And this is one of those times. Because it's always trying to be cool, isn't it? I couldn't be further from cool, so I don't try and be cool by wearing sunglasses.
Guy has obviously forgotten a recent modelling assignment.
Where did you get that picture from? There was no need for that, Andrew. There was no need for that. That was a bet.
The first flying test will determine how well Guy can turn the airship.
In your own time, off you go.
Thank you.
Follow me.
His concentration is absolute.
I think this is called follow my leader. Yeah, that's what we're trying. I'm not sure if he's following me or not yet. Yeah, there he comes. In fact, do it round this little one here.
The little cone?
Yeah.
OK.
Turn it. Good. Tell me what it's doing, guys. Is it going up or down?
Forwards.
OK.
One issue with Guy's flying becomes apparent.
Don't go too fast, turning.
He doesn't allow for the momentum, which makes him turn too far.
Slowly.
It's coming round, and then that's when you stop. But Guy's, at the moment, is keeping it going to turn it, whereas you just let it come round on its own.
You see, you overshoot, if not.
Yeah.
I think it's just recognising when it's got to where it needs to get. I'm just reinforcing what Stefan's saying.
Go on.
It's called lag.
Yes.
Yeah? It's starting to come round and you're still turning it.
Yes. So when I should back off and let
the momentum take it and just use these.
Yes.
They're the important, not me, not him. So just ease off a little bit. Just be a bit more delicate with the control.
Okay,
yeah?
yes.
And with your propellers.
Okay.
Okay?
Now the flying tests are going to get even harder.
Everything we've done so far has been in still air. We need to get Guy to practice what it's like when he's got a headwind or a crosswind. So we're simulating that with the fan.
First, Guy must try and hold position in a 5-knot headwind and not be blown backwards.
The fan won't beating me. I get a bit of altitude and then get pedalling. Let's have it. Let's have it.
In fact, Guy overcomes the wind and starts advancing. The fan has to take evasive action.
Stop.
Okay. He didn't beat me.
It's not a case of beating you.
Stop it.
He didn't beat me. I was going to run him over.
Yeah, I thought I may have just a little bit of a headbutt, but at least that's softer than me. It was Kevin versus Guy, I think, that, wasn't it?
Gentle
just a tad.
alterations, just trying to keep it true and then keep going forward.
Yeah.
You just keep that momentum going. That seems to be the secret.
Exactly.
The fan is reset to create a crosswind.
Ready? Ready when you are. Bam.
In theory, he should be blown sideways. But Guy is strong enough to resist the effects of the fan and never deviates from a straight line.
Speed is your friend in that situation.
Stop pedaling, stop.
Okay.
Perfect.
You had the look on your face.
She likes the speed, mate. She likes the speed.
It requires a big degree of skill to control a helium-filled airship. It requires skill to manoeuvre it, to take off, to land, and also to control it whilst it's in flight. He's got a lot of natural ability. For somebody who's not got an aviation background, what I've seen's been good.
Right, Kevin, what's the verdict, boss? What do you think?
It was good.
Was it
It was
all right?
good, yeah, it was fine. It
Yeah?
was fine. There were a couple of moments that were a little bit
Yeah.
out of control. To start with, the turns were stop. But then your turn round the apex was smooth.
Right, yes.
Was fine. Anybody who can ride a bike round the Isle of Man like he rides round the Isle of Man has got a huge skill level. And I think what he's shown me today is transferring the skills from the bikes to the aircraft. No, that was good overall today.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much. Top man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a confidence-boosting seal of approval and means Guy can press on with gathering the most important ingredient of all.
Good.
Helium cannot be manufactured. It's created by nuclear fusion in the sun. There are large deposits on Jupiter, but luckily for Guy, you can also get it from Oxfordshire.
How long do you keep your trucks? Give them a fair age, 62, right?
Yeah. Got some new ones in recently.
Okay.
Plant manager Louis Florent Dasp is in charge of processing helium that comes from radioactive rocks, decaying in places like America and Algeria.
What's this worth then?
The helium inside is hundreds of thousands of pounds.
The colourless, odourless gas is transported as a liquid so it takes up less space in a £750,000 refrigerated trailer.
Absolute zero is minus 273 degrees.
That's right, yeah.
Space is minus 270. This is minus 269.
Your freezer at home will be minus 18, minus 20 degrees.
So this is bloody cold. That is bloody cold.
Unloading the helium involves connecting a pipe that leads directly into the plant.
Keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. You're feeding gas to the plant.
Oh,
Guy needs enough gas for his balloon to fill 2,500 bathtubs. But airships aren't the only commercial use of helium.
NASA use it to clean fuel tanks out because it's unreactive gas, not flammable at all. Deep sea divers breathe helium, a mixture of, because it makes breathing easier the deeper you go.
The biggest use of helium is for hospital MRI scanners.
Grimsby Hospital's got an MRI scanner. I've needed one a few times.
MRIs use superconducting magnets to scan the body and require huge amounts of power to create sharp images.
When you're using a massive amount of energy, you create a massive amount of heat, and that's what the helium is used for, is to cool the coils that energise the magnet.
What we're going to do is divert the gas straight into the racks that we're going to be filling your packs in.
Yeah.
The helium in the trailer outside can now flow into this rack of cylinders, once each of the 18 safety valves has been connected. The price of helium has risen 500% in the last decade because of a global shortage. The gas literally keeps floating away.
The word was that we were going to run out of helium. We only had enough, they were saying, to last 25 years. So there was looking at putting a ban on party balloons. Hey, that is serious.
Well, since we've been making this programme, they have found another source of helium in Tanzania. And that is enough to keep a million MRI scanners going. A million. So we're all right for a day or two, aren't we? We're all right for a day or two. That's it. That's it.
Excellent.
Away. Spot on.
It will take 45 minutes to fill the cylinders, which gives Guy time to consider an important scientific fact. Why is helium lighter than air?
Bloody hell, she's quick. She's quick, isn't she? We've got two balloons. 1 litre of helium in the right, 1 litre of air in the left. 1 litre of air weighs 1 gram. 1 litre of helium weighs 0.2 of a gram. And that's all to do with the mass of the atoms. You ready? Crackers.
Air is mostly made up of 2 elements. It's 21% oxygen and 78% nitrogen. An oxygen atom has 8 protons and 8 neutrons, giving it an atomic mass of 16. A nitrogen atom has 7 of each, giving it an atomic mass of 14. Helium, though, has just 2 protons and 2 neutrons, giving it an atomic mass of just 4. Air molecules therefore weigh around 8 times more than helium, and will always sink downwards, pushing an airship up. 190,000 litres of helium are now ready to fill the balloon that will take Guy across the channel.
With a bit of luck. With a bit of luck. Great.
Stéphane Rousson, the French airship designer training Guy Martin for a pedal-powered flight across the channel, is working on the most important aspect of the mission. Which way to go?
So for this project we have 2 maps, because we are flying, so we need an aeronautical map. And the other thing is we are very low over the water, so we have a navy map. So it makes it a bit more complicated.
The best known route across the English Channel is from Dover to Calais and measures around 21 miles.
This is the shortest one.
But Guy won't be taking that route. The Strait of Dover is the most congested shipping lane in the world, with 500 vessels passing through each day. Crossing it would be too dangerous for Guy's support boats.
We can see on the map there's all the traffic from France to Dover, from Belgium to Dover. So all this area from on this side, I don't really like to go this way. So it's easier for us to work in this area. So maybe it's better to try from Hythe, and we are going to hit Vicent. From Hythe to Vicent, 5, 10, 15, 20, we hit about 24 nautical miles. So we have a bit more than Dover to Calais, but more comfortable to work.
Using a slide rule computer, Stéphane is able to calculate how long Guy will have to pedal for.
If we're doing a 5-knot speed, which is a good average, and we need to go for 24 nautical miles, Guy may be able to cross in 26, 7, 8, 9, about 290 minutes, a bit less than 5 hours.
The whole team goes onto amber alert, waiting for a weather window of fine conditions that will last at least 5 hours. And in the 3rd week of May, they finally see the forecast they need. May the 25th, 2016. Hythe in Kent. 16 miles south of Dover, 24 miles west of France. A light breeze has developed. Hoping it will die down, Stefan and frame builder Jason Rourke start building the airship, complete with a basket full of Lucky Charms.
And this goes this way?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You remember?
Guy has driven through the night to get here from his home near Grimsby.
How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That's the one who was going to work today.
I'm alright. It looks well with a lick of paint on it.
It's all right.
What about that bit of breeze there that you can feel?
Yeah, there's a bit of a breeze. It's really touchy. Once it's okay, once it's not anymore okay. Once it's okay, once it's not anymore okay. We will start inflating around noon.
Yes.
To be ready for about 2 p.m. What you need to go is there.
Right.
This way. You follow the
24
cloud.
mile that way. Okay. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine.
You've been nervous?
No, I'm not nervous at all. I'm not pedaling this time, so you've got a pressure.
I've
I
got
don't.
pressure, right. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Hythe is currently in the middle of 2 weather systems, which is making accurate forecasting a challenge.
Over there we've got some low pressure. Over there we've got some high pressure. We're in no man's land and it's fairly breezy. I mean, my hair could do with a wash, but you can see. Can you see the breeze?
The air mass in a high pressure system sinks towards the Earth, while the air mass in a low pressure system rises. The wind at the edges of the systems circulates the fastest, and the way the winds churn together makes for unpredictable conditions.
What we're hoping is going to happen, that we're either going to have the low pressure move over and sit directly above us, or the high pressure move over and sit directly above us. Because when they're directly above us, that means we're in the centre of the eye of the storm, as they call it. It's just peaceful, it's peaceful. So we've got to wait for that to happen.
Until then, the team makes sure everything is built correctly.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
But by mid-morning, the wind has increased. The official classification changes from a force 2 light breeze to a force 3 gentle breeze.
How much?
It's quite a lot.
Go on.
It's quite a lot.
Oh,
It's 10 knots.
10 knots.
Yeah, it's 3 times the maximum speed I need to inflate.
Right.
Stefan uses a biodegradable balloon to check wind direction.
So, France is over there.
Ideally, we have to see the balloon going this way.
Yes.
But, so are you ready to
Go on,
launch?
let's see where it goes.
Okay, and it's very strong. You see, this is not really good.
After an hour's wait, conditions improve a little, and Guy is eager to proceed.
The wind's not quite right, but it's getting late. It's okay. Time's not on our side. So we're going to go anyway. We're going to go anyway. But it's blowing a bit that way. We've got Dungeness over there, the nuclear power station. You see that? But don't worry, I'm all right. I'm not going to end up in the reactor. I hope not, anyway. No, there's a firing range over there, so they'll sort me out before I get to the reactor. They'll sort me out. They'll sort me out.
Operation Inflation swings into action.
Okay.
Guy is in charge of filling the envelope with helium.
Okay.
Too much too soon, and the balloon may rip.
Go down, go down.
Patience is needed.
It's busy in Adelaide all of a sudden, isn't it?
After half an hour, the skies start to brighten.
I'm not bothered about the sun, really. I just want the breeze to die down so we can go for it, so we can get to France. I've got my passport with me and everything. And everything.
If I shout or if I say this, you stop.
Okay, I've got the hand on the knob. Yeah.
Finally, after an hour, an airship the size of a bus is floating in mid-air. But a familiar problem is still present.
The wind.
Yeah, we're gusting to 10 knots. It's all right doing this. What you can see here, the TV crew, all the boats have all had to be fixed on the French side as well. So they're all over there and, yeah, waiting for me. Filming fresh air, filming next to notes.
Stefan has a friend standing by at the landing zone in Wissant, providing weather reports.
Le vent est en train de monter, ça va compliquer la traversée.
But then on the English coast, the 10-knot wind starts to calm down.
8.
A continual improvement is forecast, so the pre-flight checks are made.
It's all right.
And Guy tops up his nutrition with some essential carbohydrates.
I could have 3, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ready for action. Ready for action. That wind has come down a treat, hasn't it?
Guy gets up to a convenient height so he can be towed across to the start line on Hythe Beach.
Okay.
A bit more up, yeah.
As he's led carefully across Prince's Parade, the swirling wind makes the task ahead seem daunting.
Sorry, the wind is just changing all the time. This is really complicated, and don't worry, it's weird wind today.
That's a lot of water, isn't it? Are they ready for us in France?
Guy starts his first ever outdoor flight.
A bit more.
All being well, the next land he touches will be French. But the balloon's surface area is so large that even a light wind makes it hard to get lined up.
Give more power and more angle on the right one. The wind has changed a bit. A bit on the left, progressive, slowly, slowly. Oh, no. Try to go up.
I'm trying. I am trying.
Try to pedal a bit faster.
Sheer leg power helps Guy to eventually make progress.
This is good, you're doing well.
The ground team now have to run to keep up.
The speed is excellent with all this day. The first good news. Go.
But then, just 100 meters from where he took off, a gust pushes the airship 90 degrees to the right and down.
Stop pedaling. Stop.
Guy's first ever outdoor flight finishes with Guy's first ever crash landing.
I was just going along there quite nicely, really, and then suddenly I was veering off there, and then the next thing I ended up going that way, and Stefan said, stop pedalling, and I didn't have come into the ground with a bit of a smash, do you see? It didn't break anything. You can't account for the gust, you can have all the feel in the world, and if you can't see the gust coming.
Unwilling to risk another unpredictable gust making the airship crash into the sea, all the team can do is wait for the next weather window to open.
Stefan's experience is saying, call it a draw. So you've never flown in conditions as bad as this?
No.
Right. We can't go to France like that.
One thing that creates wind is temperature differences. Summer sun can make these differences large because the land heats up and cools down quicker than the sea. By September, some 12 weeks away, more equal temperatures should bring less wind. But before Guy returns to the skies, another helium-filled airship hits the headlines.
Oh my God.
On August the 24th, Airlander 10, the world's largest aircraft, nosedives into the ground at the end of its second test flight.
We've seen it all happen now.
Wow.
Despite weighing 20 tons, nobody is hurt in this remarkable slow-motion crash. It's a timely reminder that controlling an airship can be fraught with danger.
If somebody's shaking less than me, they can hold the camera.
But it doesn't put Guy's team off. Less than 2 weeks later, some of the best flying weather for years is forecast. On the morning of September the 6th, the whole crew scramble into action once again.
We've been here since 4:30. Yeah, weather's perfect. Ever so still, not a breath of movement, nothing.
There's just one small problem. Since the last attempt, the French maritime authorities have decided to withdraw their support.
I don't know if we're blaming it on the Brexit job or a Frenchman getting out the wrong side of bed. Anyway, this is what he says. We regret to say that we cannot reasonably allow your airship crossing of the Strait of Calais. Your boat will not have enough manoeuvrability to cross one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world because the airship will have to be connected to it. Stefan's been on the phone all night, and it looks like they might break at the 11th hour. They might give us the nod to land on French land, hopefully. If we don't get permission, there's only one boy getting arrested here. It's me, isn't it? You boys will be all right. We're going to France, boy. You do know that, don't you? You do know that. That's what's happening. You boys aren't stopping me. We're going. We're going. If it's the start of World War III, well, then it starts here.
It's a windless day at Hythe on the Kent coast.
I just want to go.
Yeah,
I just want to go. Can we go?
Yeah.
With the arrival of the support boats, Guy Martin's pedal-powered airship crossing of the Channel is cleared for takeoff.
Are you ready?
With no pilot's license, the Civil Aviation Authority have stipulated that Guy must be tethered to a safety line in case he floats away.
Slowly, slowly, up.
At 7:30 a.m, the 24-mile journey to France begins.
This way?
Yeah, it's good.
The first mile is all about establishing straight and level flight. It's a warm day, but Guy is less concerned with hydration and more concerned with fine-tuning his ballast. In the support boat, Stefan receives the phone call they've all been waiting for.
Allô? Oui, bonjour. Oui.
It's good news. The French authorities confirm Guy can land in France.
Ok. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt. Au revoir.
It's full steam ahead.
Left propeller in the front.
By 8 a.m, Guy has travelled 1.9 miles. At this rate, the crossing will take 6 hours, assuming a problem doesn't develop. Unfortunately, a problem does develop.
My bollocks are numb. I'll sort the seat out, mate. I'll sort the seat out.
Guy can't change his saddle angle unless he stops pedalling.
It's not tipped down enough.
But if he stops pedalling, he might hit the water.
Get a bit high and then make some adjustments.
He doesn't quite make his adjustments in time.
Careful, careful. Out to the front. Careful. Careful. Go back.
But wet socks and a malfunctioning undercarriage are the least of his problems. A crosswind has picked up, blowing Guy back to Britain.
Guy, the wind is getting wrong side. That's why it's complicated for you to keep it.
No, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Anglo-French relations are deteriorating.
Try to go this way.
Yeah, don't matter. You're okay. You're okay. Just a minute. Let me talk. Thank you.
Visibility is also a problem. It's a typical late summer day where high pressure has brought humid air. The moisture creates haze. A minimum of 5 miles visibility is required so any supertankers have time to avoid Guy. But the White Cliffs of Dover are 4 miles away and almost hidden. Then changeable weather strikes again. A 10 miles per hour wind is forecast to arrive, 3 times the level Stefan feels is safe for Guy.
Guy, if you like, can we go down and just to talk about what we are doing?
Okay.
Guy is not one to shy away from a challenge, but the safety-conscious aviation rule of thumb is it's better to avoid an issue rather than deal with one.
We've got a few problems.
Can we not go to France, Stefan? Why can't we go to France?
Wind has been playing too much.
We'll just keep pedalling. We've got all day. It's only 8:30.
No, it's sorry, because there is aeronautic rules. We have to decide to stop a flight if we see that the wind is too strong and we won't be any more in control.
Okay.
The mission has to be aborted.
I could taste the frog's legs. I thought we was there.
Guy and Stefan simply have different approaches to risk.
There's mine, which is a bit gung-ho. Give off a chelpin, get on with it. Whereas Stefan would be very cautious. Hey, I might be the wrong one. He might be the right one.
On the way back to shore, they attempt an impromptu speed record as a consolation prize. The fastest the airship has ever flown is 5.1 knots.
8.2! 9! This is good, you make it 10 knots! 12! 13!
Guy manages an incredible 13.7 knots, meaning muscular propulsion alone has powered 200 kilograms, along at 16 miles per hour.
Did you see how fast it was? That's impressive. It's just so good.
Guy has pedalled a total of 6 miles and made it to the coast safely. It's just the wrong coast.
I just wanted to get to France. Now I'm going to go to sleep tonight and just think, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm bloody disappointed. Bloody disappointed. But I can see where Stefan's coming from.
I'm so happy about the speed. That's just like
fast.
Yeah, but it's quite complicated to go that fast, and you did it. Like your altitude was constant and your heading was constant when you did the speed. You could do crossing in less than 2 hours with no problem if we have the perfect weather.
I am honoured that you've given me the opportunity to try and get to France in your airship. I think it's great. You know, you spent your life getting this ready. It's great. Oh, I'm just disappointed. I think we've got unfinished business. So I would like it if we could have another go.
Well, if you're happy to do it again, I would be very happy to go again with you because you're doing very well.
Thank you very much, Stefan.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for the chance, mate. I got my feet wet, yeah. Trying my trainers out on my dashboard on the way home. It's a long drive home, so they'll be dry by the time I get home.
Oh, it was a top effort. What goes into a Cornish pasty? Tuck into a fresh series of Food Unwrapped tomorrow night at 8:30. Here next, on the brink of starvation, but surely in the jungle there must at least be yucca. Celebrity Island with Bear Grylls coming up.